Well, it's the first chilly day of December we've had so far. Today it's minus 19 with a real feel of minus 14. I don't know how they actually worked that out, but according to the temperature it's going to be cold Thursday and Friday. Oh, it's warming up on Saturday to minus 2. That's going to be a lot of fun. Now, obviously that's not going to start today, but will the Yaris start? Let's find out. I've got to go and answer my phone. Back in a minute. Ran upstairs to answer the phone and they hung up. Right, Yaris, will it start at minus 19? There's no block heater in it. Door open, you see, that's the good idea for putting silicone around your door. Oh, I have to sit in it. Absolutely no bother whatsoever. You see why I've got it now? The old Defender there with the Isuzu in it, it's really bad when it's cold, about minus 5. I don't know why it won't start. Its glow plugs are all working, everything, but unless it's plugged in, it ain't gonna go. But I've had another idea. Let's have a look at something else. Over there I've parked up the GM 110, you know, it's got the GM Vortec in it. Well, I just want to show you the shot. You can see there's no footprints going over there, so I'm not cheating. I haven't been over to start it up first, but I always take the batteries off cars in winter when they're parked up, because they'll lose charge, they'll freeze, they'll buckle the battery casings, and after that they're knackered. A car that's got a constantly charged up battery is no problems at all, because the water in it turns to acid when it's charging, and that prevents it freezing. So let's get a battery. Right, no cheating. Here goes. A message to you, Ludi, put a petrol in it. That's been stood for weeks and it's like I say, it's minus 19, minus 20. Started fine. The smoke you coming out of it's just condensation. Starts well, doesn't it? See? Right, I'm going to go back inside. We'll talk about something else we're going to do, sort of madcap, but it involves a radiator. So back in the shop, it's nice and warm in here. So I thought to myself last night, I couldn't get to sleep, thinking, what could we do for you guys that was really bonkers? Now I've got an old radiator outside from the cream Range Rover that's knackered. It's going to go for scrap. I'm not sure if it holds water, but I thought to myself, what if I plug the holes up and just fill it full of water and leave it outside for 2 days? And see what happens to it, just to show you the power of ice. Now, I don't know if this is going to work because I've never done it before, and I'm certainly not going to leave an engine outside with no coolant in it. So that's what I'm going to do. I was just thinking, I was going to put some rubber hoses and join it together, but they'll just swell up with the ice, but I wanted to see if we can break it. So let's go and get a radiator. So here we are, one radiator used for the use of. It is really shot because it was so rusty, the bottom piece remained in the car when we took it out, and yeah, but it's knackered. It's not worth doing. But I had a thought about soldering it up. Now maybe we could do something a bit quicker. If I put some caps on and then put some hose clips around the caps, or plastic caps, we should be able to complete this experiment in next to no time. Yes, I think we might just do that. Yes, let's do that. There we go. I put a bit of hose on, I just looped it so I didn't have to cut the hose. That's for the expansion tank and the overflow thing. Some plastic caps on the ends, here and here. Let's fill it full of water and leave it outside. Now I don't know if this leaks or not. I don't think it did. Well, before Ludi took it out. The fin, it's a bit damaged here. I'm a bit sort of concerned about the damage, but I'm not going to repair it, that's for sure. So let's fill it full of water and leave it outside. So there you go. It's in the wheelbarrow of justice. We're going to see if this leaks. Now it is actually full of water, and believe it or not, there was no leaks. So we're going to leave it there. It's 9 o'clock on a Wednesday. Regular crowd shuffles in, and we'll keep coming back to this and see what happens to it. There looks like to be a leakette out of somewhere. Oh no, I think it was just water running down. But so far so good. Oh, it's a little leak out there. But I'll just keep topping it up if needs be. But at this temperature, it should we should see some action. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know. But I would think with the fins and the thinness of the tubes, it should freeze up pretty damn quick. It's not like a solid block apart from the tanks. And believe, you know, because it's got oil coolers in there. Oh, it is leaking a bit out that cap. But because the oil coolers are taking up a lot of space in the end there, it should be it won't have a great lot of quantity of water in it, so it should freeze quick. Right, less of this, I'm going in. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and well, I'm calling it a day. So I've put a few more experiments out to see what will happen. There's a plastic bottle of water from the tap. There is a can of beer, but it's open, so I put some water in it. And there's a bottle of Jameson's. Now I can rest assured that is a bottle of water, not a bottle of Jameson's, and I want to see what happens to it. Hence the wheelbarrow, so if we have glass everywhere. The radiators actually, you can probably see down here, you can probably see better in the morning. You see how the plastic's swelled out, but the radiator's done remarkably well. Maybe a bit of bulge in here, I'll have to see that when you play it back. This is bulged out here, but listen to this hose. You hear it? Ooh, that's got icicles in it. So, let's see what happens in the morning with this experiment. Now, if you've got any more ideas what I could put water in and expand, please let me know. Right, it's now the next day. It's it's the 17th of December, and today it is a really warm -11. It said light snow, but I don't know where that is. It's probably on its way. So how did the experiment go? Well, before we have a look at the radiator, which was somewhat disappointing, I thought that would be more spectacular, but what was spectacular was the beer can. Even though the top was open and the water and the ice had placed to expand out the top before it actually froze, it split the can in two. Now, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? But you can see how this was actually filled flush, so you can see how water expands and the power of that. That is a brick. You know, that's not too bad at all, is it? It's quite good, isn't it? So that's what can happen to your engine block. The ice has got nowhere to go. You know, when it freezes, it's got nowhere to go, so something's got to give. And it usually pops out the frost plugs, or the core plugs, as we call them in Europe, the little plugs on the side. In America, they call them frost plugs, thinking that when it gets cold, they pop out. Just like this, to prevent this. Well, it's not really, it's where they hold the casting in, but anyway, they've got their own rules. Now, let's have a look down here at the bottle of water. And you can see, that is a brick. That is just solid. But you can see how it's expanded out. Gotta get childproof tops. Can't get the bloody things off, can you? Yeah, you see, full of ice. But like I said, because it's plastic, it's given, you can see how it's bowed. You see that? See how it's poured? You've probably seen it before, but anyway. Now, what happened to the Jameson's bottle? This is most crucial. Oh. Wait a minute. The bottom's popped off. The glass has cracked right down the side. And look at the power of the ice. It's forced the screw cap off the top of the bottle, and you can see how it's forced it off. It's just like pressed it through, you know. That's amazing, isn't it? Good job there was no Jamesons in it. That's why I did it in the barrel. Let's have a look at the radiator. Now, there must have been traces of antifreeze in there, and you know, remember the other day I said there was a leak, or it's just dropped off. So that's expanded out, but there must have been some antifreeze in there, but not a lot. The caps are not doing too well, not too bad. It's trying to push this one off, look, but again that's still icy, but no signs of any leaks or anything. Amazing. There's still that bit of a bulge on there. Now this ice was on from before, so I should have actually knocked it off. But anyway, that was that. So I thought that would have really gone to town and bust wide open, but obviously not. Surprise, surprise, as Cilla Blackie used to say. Hey, I've just noticed something. It's nearly 4 months since we had a look at the Krown rustproofing test. Let's go and check that out as well at the same time. Well, there you go. I did that on the 19th of August, and there's no rust on that steel plate at all. And you can see now, this is a better video, where the Krown had got crept round, so it hasn't got any further, but it certainly did its job. I'd be happy to inject that into some panels, but it is an annual product, and this has been outside in all weathers. And talking about weather, it's getting a bit cold, so I thought I'd just give you an update on that. Better. I'll tell you something, it was -19 yesterday, but it didn't seem as cold today, because today's it feels a lot more humid today. So anyway, I hope you like that experiment. If you've got something we could think of that we could break, that would be interesting, wouldn't it, with ice? I thought about a balloon, but that wouldn't be any different. That wouldn't make much difference. Anyway, we've done a plastic container, but yeah, I don't know, the can was interesting. I should have actually put a can of beer out there, but that would be a terrible waste of beer. Can't have that, can we? Yeah, so what's going on today? I don't know. Every day is different. We're getting up towards Christmas time now, so everything's sort of slowing down a bit. And yeah, but that's that experiment. I can't say any more. If you think of anything, let me know. Alright? We'll see you later. Ta-ra.